Hi everyone, today we are going to cover some easy makeup to do when you have some visual impairment or you're kind of in a rush and you want a simple and easy makeup for every day, for running errands or just staying and work at home. And this is my cream, it's from Boots and with ceramides. It's amazing and it works for combination oily skin, even for dry skin, and it's got SPF. Remember to use SPF even if you are indoors, because it's very important to prevent any dangerous stuff happening to your face. I'm sorry, my camera is a bit shaky as I'm displaying for you the motions. This is very important when you apply your creams. Just swipe up and spread evenly the product, and don't forget of course to activate your lymphatic system. And this is another product I use. This is a 3-in-1 spray. This is from Astra, from the line Zen, and this works as a primer, refresher, and also like kind of a serum that makes everything very hydrated. And an important step for me is to brush my brows because they're kind of bushy, and that keeps everything in place even if I don't use any wax or anything. Another product that I recommend to use is this from Catrice. It's a number 2 concealer on the eye, and I use an Essence, a very fluffy brush to apply this, and tapping motions are very important to grab product evenly and to spread around the bristles. This is another step that I like to do, and I don't apply too much product, but I place that in the areas that I feel like I have to counteract the darkness, and I don't apply all over, just where I see there are very visible spots, and to again make sure that my under eye is a bit more bright, and this kind of peachy color for my olive neutral skin tone, it's perfect. And you can see here, now that we applied with the whatever's left on the brush, I will just tap away, and I will spread this evenly, but I will not drag this too low. I need the color concealer, it works where I've placed it, so I will just make sure to spread this evenly and to not spread too much, because it's the peachy color, so maybe it's not gonna be the best if you drag it down and you don't blend it properly. So with whatever again it's left on the brush, I will just swirl and tap and make sure that I spread the product. And another favorite of mine is this Bonjour concealer, and this is a very brightening one. And again, I'm very mindful with my usage, and I don't apply too much, again just in the areas where I feel like I need to conceal a bit more and to brighten up areas, usually around the nose gets a little bit red, and I don't apply too much also because I wear glasses, so I don't want to get too cakey or to disappear through the day. And then again with tapping motion, I will just go ahead and tap to make sure I spread and blend with the concealer underneath. Because we sprayed some primer and setting spray before this, it's really helpful because it's gonna help to melt the product easily, and your skin stays hydrated so it doesn't get too flaky or dry as you apply the product. And this is very good technique. I know that maybe it's not for everyone, but again, if you manage to tap instead of drag or swipe too hard, you will see such a big difference. And again, I'm just gonna make sure that everything is blended out and that it works on my blemishes too. I suffer from acne. Maybe with these lights you cannot see too much, but I have. And again, I'm spraying it so I can kind of set in place whatever I've done before, and with the whatever's left on the tiny brush of the concealer, I will just again make sure that maybe some areas that need brightening up, I will do so. Again, this is for the ones that they don't see very well without glasses or they're impaired vision like me, and I will just go ahead and take a nice fluffy bigger brush, and whatever's left on the concealer, I will just spread that again the deal here is to just make sure the things are nice and blended, there are no harsh lines or blotchiness. And again, I'm happy that I've covered what I wanted to cover, and whatever is left I will just spread it out so my skin tone gets a little bit more even. I don't apply too much on the forehead, but what's left I will just drag it a little bit, and then again I'm pretty happy with the base without using foundation. And again, you have to kind of brighten up a little bit more your eye area if you want to make your eyes pop more, or if you just want to look more awake. I will just use this Lovren really nice pencil. Just use any champagne, any light beige color. Doesn't need to be anything fancy, just a slightly lighter than your skin tone. And in these particular areas, like really near to your teardrop area, just a tiny amount of light. I feel the pencil, it's very handy, and you cannot really mess up this step. And I will just lightly spread it with my finger, and whatever I think like I need a little bit more, and I'm sure that will help. And we're moving to our cream products. Again, for those who don't see very well, impaired vision like me, I like to use cream blushes that I can use as a little bit of lip color too. This is from Essence, from the Alice in Wonderland collection. I just switched my very warm light to my cold light in the bathroom. I know maybe it's not the best lighting, but I will show you the final result in the end of the video. And here I will just place a little dot with my finger, and for this application using fingers is just fine. You don't need to use 20 brushes to make your blush or anything else. This is a really simple makeup. But again, here it's very important that you wanna place the blush just underneath your eye and the cheek area, making sure that you are like blending, going upwards, and so it's gonna kind of lift your face. And then here it's same. And with the same brush we use for the concealer, I'm just going to make sure that I've blended everything nicely, again because maybe we cannot see very well. We want to make sure that there's no harsh lines, and that it's easy for us to just be confident or whatever we've got. And mascara, we don't have to limit ourselves. I think mascara, it's another great tool that we can use to brighten up our eyes and making them pop a little bit more. And the most important thing is that you do 2 motions, going upwards and downwards, like I'm showing you here, because this is gonna make the product spread more evenly, and you can gather most of the lashes and you can coat them with the mascara. And the thing is that after you've done this, you get a little bit of clumpiness and the lashes are like stuck together. And again, with the same spool brush, we can again brush our brows, and same motions as we were doing with the mascara. We are going to separate and spread our lashes, again upwards, downwards, and upwards again, so the lashes are going to be a little bit more high, and our eyes are defined without using any pencil or other makeup tools. Because again, when you don't see very well, you cannot play too much, but you still want to look polished and fresh. And that's the makeup done. And this is me fighting with the wind, and I'm just going to show you the final result. Thank you so much.